Trauma. When I was a little lad going to school, I used to go to school in this town called Orwell, a little town in Oswego County in upstate New York. Very small school. What you could do is eat breakfast in the classroom before class started every morning. So you go to the cafeteria, pick up your tray. Breakfast was wonderful over there. They'd give you this little plastic bowl of cereal where you peel the paper lid off the top, and then they give you a carton of milk to put in it. That wasn't the best part, though. They even gave you a couple little sausage links. They gave you a yogurt, and the best part is they gave you a Pop-Tart to go with it. What I like to do whenever I peel the lid off the cereal bowl is I used to like to crumble up my Pop-Tarts into little pieces and put them in my cereal. Teachers didn't mind. Lots of kids did it. It was tasty, really good. We loved it. Except for one fateful day. I was in second grade, and I did what I did every morning. I peeled the paper lid off the top of the cereal bowl, put my milk in it, and I crumpled up my Pop-Tarts into little bits and pieces and put it in it. And this one boy in my class flipped his lid and went mad. He springs up from his seat and he starts yelling and screaming and pointing at me. "You're sick! You're a freak! We can't let you get away with this!" Teacher rushes over, says, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" Kid points at me and says, "Look what he's done! Look what he's done with his cereal!" Teacher looks at me, looks back at the kid, and says, "Leave him alone. If he wants to eat his cereal that way, that's his business. You eat your cereal how you want to, he'll eat his cereal how he wants to." Upon seeing that the teacher wasn't going to punish me for this sacrilegious atrocity I'd just committed, this kid tries to come at me. The teacher blocks him, gets in his way, and stops him from coming after me. And the teacher says, "That's it. Out! Principal's office!" It's no good. The kid doesn't calm down and doesn't come to his senses. He's still coming at me, trying to get past the teacher. This 6'4" tall teacher is having trouble keeping this kid at bay away from me. So finally, after all the yelling and screaming, teachers rush in from classrooms all over the school. The principal rushes in. They drag this kid away to the principal's office, kicking and screaming all the while as they're going down the hall away from the class. He's screaming and yelling, "He's sick! He's a freak! We can't let him get away with this!" The room went silent. We were only 7 or 8 years old. We had no idea what to make of this. This kid was absolutely insane. I started to ask my classmates, "Did I really do something wrong?" They're all assuring me, "No, Ben, you didn't do anything wrong. He's mad. He's absolutely insane." They call his parents, and they don't come to pick him up for a while. So what happened later that day, it was raining outdoors. So we had our recess inside the gymnasium. By this point, I'd forgotten all about it. We put it aside. There was a teacher who was assigned to keep an eye on this kid to make sure he wouldn't come after me, while they waited for his parents to show up, who still hadn't at the time. So I get into the gymnasium, and I see a kickball on the ground. I run over and pick it up, and I think to myself, I'll play kickball with my friends. Just as I bend down to get it, I feel the hardest kick in the bum I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of kicks in my bum in my life. But by the time I could get up and turn around and see what was happening, this kid had already kicked me 12 times, really, really hard and fast, and he banged his foot into my bum. It hurt so bad, I didn't even know to start crying. Tears were just rushing down my face as soon as it happened. Then as soon as this kid was done, it turned out what happened was that teacher who was keeping an eye on him turned her attention away for 2 seconds, and that was all he needed. He rushed over, kicked me in the bum, and then, after I turned around and got up and started to gather myself, he tackles me to the ground and starts punching away like mad, like this. There's a bunch of yelling and crying. He's still screaming as he's wailing on me. He's sick. He's a freak. We can't let him get away with this. Teachers start rushing over to pull this kid off me. It takes 5 teachers to get him away from me. There's everyone in the gymnasium's yelling and crying. All my friends are crying because they're worried about me. I'm crying and yelling, and I got blood all over my face, and I'm screaming. Finally, later on, that boy's parents come to pick him up. I never saw him again. And come to think of it, ever since that day, I've never been able to get myself to crumple up my Pop-Tarts and put them in my cereal ever again. Trauma.